We got to fire Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr needs to be fired, bro. Because why is Chris Paul still not starting? Chris Paul is still not starting. We just lost 3 games in a row. We 1 game from being under 500. And Chris Paul is still not starting, bro. And it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, bro. And the Warriors fans, some of y'all Warriors fans, y'all got me thinking y'all don't know basketball. Y'all got me thinking y'all just Steph Curry fans and y'all just Warriors fans, but y'all not basketball fans, because Chris Paul should be starting. One of the greatest passers of all time is not starting with the 2 best shooters of all time. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense. So you want Chris Paul to come off the bench and play with a Jonathan Kuminga and the Moses Moody, who complements Chris Paul's skill set more? 2 of the greatest shooters of all time, or 2 slashers that we just want to get them, experience, youth experience? It makes no sense, bro. And it's really starting to irritate me, bro. It's starting to irritate me because by not starting Chris Paul, Steph Curry is having to do everything on offense at the beginning of games. It's so Steph Curry dependent, so Steph Curry reliant, that Steph Curry is averaging over 30 points, the oldest player to average 30 points within the first 10 games, just for us to continuously lose games. You feel me? And then Chris Paul has to come off the bench, and instead of Chris Paul being able to focus on facilitating, now Chris Paul has to be a scoring threat. He has to be a mid-range scoring threat, and then just try to get Jonathan Kuminga involved, instead of playing in the starting unit with a free-flowing offense that now Chris Paul, he can just look to pass the ball. Klay Thompson would be scoring 20 points every game if Chris Paul was starting. There's no reason for Chris Paul to come off the bench, have to be a scoring threat to get Jonathan Kuminga open shots. You feel me? It just don't make no sense, bro. So Steve Kerr just needs to start coaching, bro. You feel me? You can really tell that Steve Kerr worked under what's buddy that used to coach the Rockets? Not Daryl Murray, Mike D'Antoni, bro. Because Mike D'Antoni, he's the type of player where it's just a system. You feel me? Like when he coached Steve Nash, it's just you feel me, who can get up the most shots. We gonna stick to this system. It's really analytical. So Steve Kerr is trying to stick to this. Oh, well, we gonna play this free-flowing offense, and we just gonna stick to that instead of actually coaching, G. Stop trying to rely on the system and coach, G. You are not a robot, Steve Kerr. You are a coach. You feel me? And if you was a real coach and a real basketball fan, and even if you was just a real point guard, Steve Kerr, you was never a real point guard. You was a spot-up shooter, G. If you was a real point guard, you would know that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson's skill set complements Chris Paul's skill set perfectly. That way Chris Paul can come in and just focus on getting Klay and Steph open shots. But no. Steve Kerr want to have this pride, like, no, we're going to keep him coming off the bench, bro. And we just lost 3 games in a row. We 6-5 at the beginning of the season because Steve Kerr pride is too high to let Chris Paul start with Steph and Klay. And everybody want to say, this is what they saying in the comment section, especially the Warriors fans. And this is why I'm thinking y'all don't know basketball. They saying, we a small team. That's why we losing. We a small team. And y'all only saying that because if Chris Paul was to get in the starting lineup, y'all want to be able to say, you want to get smaller? We already don't got defense. Yeah, but if Chris Paul joins the starting lineup, our offense would be so unstoppable, bro. That's the only reason y'all saying that, because we always been a small ball team. Y'all don't remember when the Rockets was a small ball team and their biggest player was P.J. Tucker and they won the most games in the season because they starting offense was so effective? But no, y'all don't want to, I don't know, bro. We need to fire Steve Kerr as a staff, record label, and a motherfucking crew. And if you want to be down with Steve Kerr, fuck you too. I'm just saying, not really fuck Steve Kerr, but I need a real coach. I need a Popovich level coach. I don't need a Mike D'Antoni. We gonna rely on the system and we gonna die with the system, bro. No, G. Now you got one of the purest point guards of all time. 2 of the best shooters of all time. And you don't want him, you want him to come off the bench? That's like Damian Lillard going to the Bucks and you saying, oh yeah, Dame and Giannis would be good together, but you know what would be great? bring Dame off the bench. That's why we got a great player on the bench and a great player starting. You're not making no sense, bro. That's like Magic Johnson coming to your team and you saying, you know what, Magic? Instead of playing with Steph and Clay, we're going to put you on the bench and you're going to play with Jonathan Kuminga. Bro, what? Bro, what? It obviously don't make no sense. So now Steph got to exert so much offense at the beginning of games. Just, I don't know, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. And when we lost 2 games in a row, why would you not put Chris Paul back in the starting lineup? You see how well Steph and Clay play together. I mean, you see how well Steph and Chris Paul play together, bro. To have 2 of the most high IQ basketball players of all time on the same team. And you don't want to start off games better. You feel me? You just want Steph to continuously bail you out. You want Steph to continuously bail you out. Look at the games, bro. It should be no reason no other player is scoring less than 20 points. If you a coach, you feel me? It seemed like you just relying on Steph and you hoping that Chris Paul just get the second unit together and shit. But making Chris Paul a scoring threat instead of a passing threat at the beginning of the game is just causing us to lose games, bro. It's causing us to lose games. We don't have no big man. We don't have no big man. We're going to be small all year. So if we're going to be small, why not have an unstoppable offense with a great passer and 2 shooters? We can still play free-flowing. Chris Paul can still play in that free-flowing offense. But now we don't have to have Steph creating shots no more. You feel me? Y'all, Steve Kerr just so dependent on Steph Curry. It don't make no sense, bro. And y'all just see that this man is a terrible coach. He got to go, bro. I need somebody that know how to coach our team, bro. Let us lose one more game. Let us lose one more game. We need to start Chris Paul. Chris Paul needs to be starting. The greatest shooter of all time and the second or third greatest shooter of all time is not starting with one of the greatest passers of all time. Make it make sense. Because we too small, we've always been small, bro. Now small ball don't work for us, that we got Chris Paul. Now we don't believe in small ball. Now we need size. Now we need defense. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Warriors fans, y'all need to swallow y'all pride. Steve Kerr, you need to swallow your pride. Media, y'all need to swallow y'all pride. I know y'all seen the media trying to gas up this Chris Paul going to the bench as soon as it happened. They kept, oh yeah, now how effective is Chris Paul working with the second unit? It's really effective, huh? Oh my gosh, G. Y'all just want to run with this narrative so Chris Paul can go to the bench and Steve Kerr could just, you feel me? So y'all can give Steve Kerr credit. Oh yeah, he a great coach. Well, obviously you're not a good coach. Obviously Steph is bailing out the team, having to score 30 points every game. And you just want to, it just don't make no sense, bro. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, bro. But who right and who wrong? I've been telling y'all this was going to happen from the beginning of the year. You feel me? To put him on the bench, bro. To put him on the bench instead of starting with Steph and Clay has to be the most boneheaded coaching decision that I've ever seen. That's like getting Magic Johnson as a rookie and say, hey, you know what, Magic, although you a great passer, and you can get Kareem easier shots, we're going to bring you off the bench so you could play with a random ass nobody, folks. Come on, G. Warriors, we need to get it together. Peace.